What up? It's me, 12, 1, 2, 12 Mojo. Okay, that was a lame entrance, but yo, anyway, let's look at what we're going to be covering today, guys. Today, I'm going to go through the preview, have a look at the preview for episode 60, which is going to air this end of this week, and the title has been leaked from one of my previous videos. I do apologize for those guys who are, not looking for any spoilers. Pretty much all of my videos, I'm not going to lie, do contain spoilers. That could be the reason why maybe I'm not getting as many subscribers. Maybe because a lot of people don't like to be spoiled. Sorry, guys. But anyway, back onto this video. So let's play this preview. And I'm going to do my own sort of commentary, annotations, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, cool. So where we left off, Zamasu got killed by Beerus. Has it impacted the future? We don't know. Only time will tell. Goku's doing his usual kind of commentary thing on previews. So both of them are here. Hasn't affected anything. So they must have gone into the future expecting that there's going to be peace, but they're still here, like chilling as always, probably in their little log cabin. So really the preview's not really giving much away in terms of all we know is they're going to go to the future, and if the future's still at peace. But them two are still here. Now, the reason why them two could be still there is because maybe Zamasu is immortal, so Zamasu dying in the present couldn't kill him because he's immortal, and Goku Black, because he's kind of technically called Goku Black, he's Goku, he's not really Zamasu. That's why he kind of didn't get killed, which I'm going to elaborate after this video. We're going to go into my little, my guesswork, what I believe Goku Black is. Has there been any sort of leaks so far? There have been, but we'll discuss that later. But anyway, Vegeta's yelling like he always does. He goes, basically from the preview, we can tell he goes charging in. Goku kind of says something quite interesting here. He says, basically, he's not the fake version of him. But I don't know why they feel so confident that they're going to beat him when last time they just got absolute trounced. Now, this is quite interesting because he goes, Goku Black isn't a fake of me. Goku says that. So, if he isn't a fake of him, then that is implying that it's him, the real one. So, it's obviously the real one. Now, this is this is where it's kind of like Vegeta's charging in. I don't know why. But he somehow now thinks he can take him on. But this is where I think it's a bit ridiculous, because the ridiculousness of it is because when Vegeta fought him first time, he got tossed aside a bit like when Android 18 whooped Vegeta. It's exactly the same. But now it's like, okay, maybe Vegeta's thinking, okay, maybe I got caught off guard and maybe I could fight back. But this is what irritates me, because Akira has never given credit to Vegeta. Credit has never been given to Vegeta. Every single time, Vegeta will fall short. And I don't like that. And the thing is, I'm not a big Vegeta supporter, but even I spot these things. Even I can tell that, Vegeta is the person who gets screwed in the episodes. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the preview. So the preview, from what we can tell, is covering, what's going to happen this week, end of this week, regarding they're going to go to the future. They're going to think it's, peaceful. Now, if it is peaceful, you would imagine Trunks kind of traveling back alone. Like, yeah, it's peaceful, guys. Goku, Vegeta, you stay here. It's peaceful, I'm going. But that's not what happened. What happened here is Goku, Vegeta must have some doubt on why they went with him. So they went back into the future. And you probably got, a cutscene happening where Goku Black and Zamasu chilling, having their tea, and I reckon a small reveal might happen in the cabin, maybe giving a little bit more away in person to the three heroes of ours. But I don't think they're going to give everything away. So I reckon a lot of the good stuff, the nitty-gritty stuff, is going to come at episode 61, which is going to air next week. I reckon that one is a must-see. Must-see because you're going to have a lot of reveals. And I reckon, judging by the title, if I recall correctly, it was to do with some sort of a plan, a Zero Mortals plan. I reckon it's going to be fast-paced next week. They're going to cover a lot of ground. From what I can tell about this week, it's just going to be probably Vegeta taking on Goku Black, probably midway to the end of the episode. First episode might be covered full of fillers, them going to the future, a few cutscenes from Goku Black Zamasu. So I reckon that's the sort of direction it's headed. Now, for my sort of final prediction before, Goku Black kind of becomes, obvious and revealed that who he is, I'm really going to go for, the sort of obvious choice. And the thing is, it's weird with me because I started off, I thought he was Goten. This is when the arc first began. We're talking when Goku Black first appeared. I thought, okay, that could be potentially Goten, but that failed. Then, I thought it was a possession theory, the Makaioshin possession theory. That was kind of a bit iffy. And then I thought it was Goasu. I thought it might have been Goasu. And we also where Goasu ended up. He would have ended up 6 feet under. But now I'm starting to sort of be like, you know what? Just like the Monaka situation, how Monaka was really obviously weak, it's clear to me that Akira's done it again. He's gone for the obvious choice of saying, oh, okay, Goku Black is Zamasu. He's pretty much gone for the obvious. The obvious, when we first guessed that possession Makaya theory, everyone was saying, you know what, if he's got similar ki, it's Zamasu. So, Akira, you've pretty dropped the ball on this one, you know what I mean? You could have been very creative and surprised us all and shocked us all, but it kind of collapsed. And the thing is, there has been a few leaks and spoilers to suggest that Zamasu's mind and body are in Goku Black. And it's obviously used by the Dragon Balls as well. That's been leaked, guys. And, this is the kind of information that can kind of cripple a person from watching the next sort of 3 episodes because he knows the plot and outcome. However, I would like to just take that further and say, is it just as simple as saying, okay, are there 2 Zamasus then? Is that what I'm saying? I'm saying one's sort of like inside of Goku Black and one's in the future timeline. How can that be? Well, what I was trying to play around with was this sort of, theory and thinking that maybe what's happening in the present timeline, imagine if it was supposed to happen. Meaning, what if Zamasu was supposed to have died in the present timeline? Because if you remember, before Zamasu died, he goes, there's no way I can lose to a place like this. So what does that tell you? That tells you that maybe Zamasu, in part of his sort of little plan thing that he was making, in sort of, in order to put down his dominance, he probably said, okay, somehow I need to become immortal. But at the same time, there's different worlds there. There's different worlds. So maybe there might be a way that I can somehow connect with another Zamasu because he doesn't trust anyone. He's thinking, okay, I need someone who's like-minded, who might think of the same sort of goals that I have, and will somehow get him to become Goku. So his plan was that. So when Goku came to Zamasu and said, listen, there's already a plan in motion and a lot of people have lost their lives, he's now thinking, hold on a second, there might be either an immortal Zamasu doing that, or there's a Goku Black running around that's doing it. But sooner or later, they're going to come to this world and get him out of there, bring him back. Maybe bringing him back as Goku Black, taking his dead mind and spirit and putting it into Goku. Maybe there's a ruling that says that if a god dies, you can't bring his body back. But that doesn't mean you can't bring his spirit and mind and whatever. And I think that's where I think what must have happened here is that Zamasu, our present one, died. Future timeline one must have wished for immortality. And he thought, okay, now how can I, use the Dragon Balls and not get sort of suspicious, not let people get suspicious. So he must have went back into the past. He must have went into the future, and then he must have went into the past thinking, as long as there's a gap between the two, no one would kind of realise in the present timeline for future Zamasu that he's using the Super Dragon Balls. But interestingly enough, there has been a lot of people saying that, hold on, how does the future timeline Zamasu even know about the Super Dragon Balls if there's no universal arc? And if there's no universal arc for them to have seen it, how could they have known? Now, that's the interesting thing. What we need to work out is that immortal Zamasu, is he the one from our present timeline who didn't die? And then it brings back to my original video, like it was a video that I made 1 or 2 videos ago, I think it was like last week, where I said there might be 3 Zamasus. But one thing for sure that I can't shake off my head, and I'm not having nightmares over this, guys, but one thing I can't shake off my head is what Gowasu said. He goes that basically some idiot had moved from one place to another, which is kind of like, you know, quite interesting. I was thinking, like, hold on, let me show you that bit where he says it. Now, this bit, now where he says, this bit, I just can't get it out of my head. He goes, one ring appeared. Look, another ring on the top row just appeared a few years back. But if you remember, Zamasu had gone to Zuno and he said, you can't use the balls yet. It hasn't been a year. So that means that the few years ago was before the universal arc. So what if now, guys, what if a Zamasu had gone into the past, created another world, so the world split, where both worlds are going to have the universal arc, right? And that Zamasu was viewing everything as it took place. So he was watching Zamasu, he was watching the tournament, he was taking a back seat. Or could it be that he went back a few years ago and took the Zamasu from that timeline and said, listen, let's make the wish before Champa tries to get the balls. So he jumps in and makes the wish a year or 2 before Champa gets the balls to make a wish that he turns into Goku Black or something. And then in that timeline, maybe they kills Gowasu, take his stuff, rings, whatever, and head back into the future timeline. That could be a possibility. Because don't forget, yes, going to the past is forbidden. Gowasu said it's forbidden. But he did not say that even if it wasn't impossible, he was saying even if it wasn't impossible, that it's forbidden. So he's trying to say that he's trying to basically put a law. He's trying to turn it into a legal thing that, listen, even if it can make you go to the past, it's illegal, basically. That's what he was trying to imply. Now, what I'm trying to say is, what if Zamasu, future Zamasu, accidentally stumbled on a way to get to the past? So he got to the past, and it was a few years back before the tournament started. And he realised this, and he thought, hold on, there's another Zamasu here. Let's both of us team up. Let's wish for the Dragon Balls, whatever, Super Dragon Balls, and let's go from there. Or maybe he was watching Zamasu at that point where the tournament was going on as well. So he's in the background. Zamasu, Gowasu are enjoying their tea and watching the Universal Tournament, and he hears about the Super Dragon Balls. That's where he goes to Zuno like he did with us, and the other Zamasu was with him at that time. And I think that's where he kind of jumped in and said, okay, listen, kiddo, I've been watching you. You've stumbled on something interesting there. Come, let's do it. Let's both of us follow up on the Zero Immortals plan. So that's my view of it. I think the only way we can justify this is if we say that there's another world that's splitted, that's similar to ours. That could justify how Zamasu knows Goku, Vegeta, and all of that stuff, and the universe. Because the future Zamasu, yeah, honestly, he won't know nothing. The only way he can find that out is if he goes to the past. Let me know what you guys think. It's a little bit of a long video. I don't normally do long videos. But yeah, what do you believe that future Zamasu went into the past? And also, what do you think about the preview? Do you think what I said about the preview might be accurate? Let me know, guys.